King of Fighters, very popular character and sort of mainstay. I'm sorry, not a mainstay. Hasn't been in KOF for like what? Yashiro hasn't been in KOF since like 2002, 2003? Has it been 2002? You gotta let me know, because I hate to break it to you guys. Remember seeing Yashiro for the first time and being very confused by what the hell's going on with his like crazy nipple suspenders, you know? Like, what is this character? What is going on with his... What's going on? Like, I was always so confused by, like, the super, like, late 90s design of Yashiro. And I'm like, I don't get what's going on here. Either way, I wasn't really into KOF at the time. Much less had any information or knowledge about the character. But he's always screamed, like, oh my god, this guy is super late 90s design. For, like, a ton. What's funny is that there's an approach to King of Fighters characters that is now very, very, very appropriate, considering that there's been some interesting design choices in King of Fighters 14, but now they did something to Yashiro that immediately makes him look better. Like, immediately. It's crazy how small of a change it is and how big of a difference it makes. But they did what they needed to do. They just gave him a jacket. I mean, it's his goofy necklace, right? His weird goofy necklace is one thing. But they 100% just gave him a jacket. And then took off all the weird, like, undergarment belts and shit. They, like, took that stuff off. And now he looks like, wow, this actually looks like a decent character. So, I haven't actually seen the trailer yet, much less I have very little information or knowledge of Yashiro in any way, other than the fact that I always thought he looked weird because of that. So now we're gonna check out, it's called Fashion. Yes, those nipple belts are definitely peak fashion. Now I'm gonna check out this trailer with an untrained eye, where we're going to see how cool this character looks, because, well, he doesn't have some really goofy looking nipple belts. So let's bring up this trailer and see what the hell Yashiro looks like. Yeah, this pretty much is like a guarantee that Shermie's going to be back, right? These characters have a relationship of some kind, don't they? Like, isn't there like an extremely high likelihood that Shermie is going to make an appearance now as well? Like the same team, right? Shermie's coming, of course. Well, here's the thing: if Yashiro makes it, which is a character that hasn't been in KOF in a long time, this is kind of a you know, and not in a memey sort of way. This is a character that actually is kind of like shattering expectations, right? This is actually kind of doing that. Maybe he'll turn into Shen. I really enjoyed Shen's gameplay. The love necklace is a bit much. There's gonna be a lot of exchange dialogue. So this is the first time Yashiro's actually been made in modern 3D. I don't know if he was in, geez, one of the old KOFs. I don't think he was in Maximum Impact. His pants got a very needed update, by the way. His default pose actually looks pretty good, too. Huh. Oh man, this EX stuff. Oh god, the memes. He looks good. I think he looks really good, weirdly enough. My interpretation of Yashiro before, like I said, wasn't great, because I thought some aspects of him were so insanely 90s it was ridiculous. But they did some good calls. Like, they got rid of the weird belt stuff. They gave him like cargo pants in some way. This is a good redesign. So far, I think all of the redesigns that we have seen from SNK that are boiling down KOF 15 look decent. Hair looks weird. Well, I think it's the short hair aspect. Characters with longer hair actually look better. Hair looks better than Street Fighter V. I have an opportunity to talk shit about Street Fighter V's hair, so we're gonna do it. I actually think for the first time this character's been realized in 3D, you know, like modern 3D, and maybe not a King of Fighters All-Star kind of situation or something like that. I think the translation came out pretty well. He looks pretty hyped, dude. Maybe this was one of those characters that I absolutely was missing out on playing because I just didn't like the way he looked in previous games. And now I think he looks way better. If he just lost the choker, okay, yes, granted, I'm not a big fan of the choker. Most of the trailers are showing off the same stuff. It's going over like their CD attack, their throw, a couple of specials, a big combo, a couple of supers, and then they end with what seems to be level 1 to level 2 to like level 3. And I'm really curious, how tough is this stuff going to be to do? Like, are the inputs going to change at all from KOF 14? KOF already has this very historical input shortcuts between all of their moves because they have very weird pretzel motions and stuff. So I'm really curious what the hell, you know, it's going to be like moving forward. I think this is a very good redesign. Yeah, I'm not flipping my lid at all, but I absolutely think this is in the same vein as we saw with like Andy, where Andy got a very notable bump up in terms of character design and visuals, and I think this looks pretty good. So who's next? Like, wait a minute, like is Shermie going to be the next character? Are we going to get a bunch of characters that weren't in KOF 14 now? Kind of looks like Urien. Well, he pretty much has like Urien's hair for the most part and his like height, you know? Chris? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if the next character is Chris, you're not going to get me very excited. My excitement levels are going to be very meager. We're going to check it out. Unless they redesign Chris in a way that makes him interesting. We'll see. Here's what this guy looked like when he first came out. I think this is definitely a glow up. The insanely, absurdly long pants and suspenders and nipple belts and just what is going? What? I like this more. Someone in the chat, I like this more. Right, there's just so much going on in this character design. He looks, and that's what I mean. Dude was like the epitome of 90s J-rock boy band guy, but he's ripped as shit. Like, and it's obviously like upgraded quite a bit over time. KOF All-Star, where he looks like this, and it's a bit better, but still, this in my opinion is much better. This is a way cooler design. I'm actually kind of shocked they kept the choker in there, but you know what? I guess they have to keep some aspects, right? I think this is a great redesign for Yashiro. I think the jacket looks really cool. Good choice on the pants. Still looks like the classic character in some ways, but definitely modernized and doesn't look like they were literally the epitome of the 90s. So good on you. Good on you, SNK. All of your redesigns have looked sick so far. I wish Terry did have a little bit of a redesign, but at the same time, he was meant to be pretty traditional. But everyone else so far, Iori, Kyo, you know, everything like that, looks pretty damn good. That's not shattering my expectations, but the good thing is that this does shatter a lot of people's expectations for KOF 15, because this is a character that has not been in KOF for a hell of a long time. More of that, SNK. If you can sprinkle one of these every like 5 characters or so, that'll make people very happy. And the happier people are with KOF, the more people are going to play it, and it's going to have raw magnet code. Yeah, good. Everyone will be happy. Shit. Wait, was Yashiro, chat, was Yashiro dead? Can someone confirm with me? Was this character dead? He was dead. Uh-huh. Yeah, he was dead, huh? Really, he was dead. He was confirmed dead. He died in 1997. Uh-huh. So does anyone else want to tell me that characters being dead is a good reason for them not to show up in KOF 14? How many... I've been saying this, I'm not even fucking shitting you, for at least over half a decade, chat, that a character being dead means nothing about them not showing up in the next fighting game. Seems like if they need a reason to do it, a dead character can return because we'll just make it so. That's 1 on me, chat. That's 0 for you. We won't count any of the others, okay? We won't count any of the others. We're going to start back at 0. And right now it's me 1, chat 0. I'm batting 9,000. Chat's batting 0. Dead characters that you thought were dead can return.